present. Stand for pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Moment of silence, please. Thank you very much. All right. First meeting tonight's a finance meeting. There'll be two meetings, finance meeting followed by the organizational meeting. First thing we have to do for this meeting only and for, we have to elect a finance chairperson, chairman, and secretary for this meeting only. Well, they're effective for the whole year, but become clear. Larry, you have a statement for the board. Just pass over here, I'll read it.
Don't you elect the officers first?
Pardon me?
Don't you elect the officers first?
Do we need to elect the officers?
Oh, yeah, but I need this to read it. Because I didn't have it, that's why I asked for it. Okay, so going to elect the officers. To have a motion for chairperson for this meeting.
I make a motion that you chair this portion of the meeting.
Okay, I'll second that.
I second it.
All
You can't
opposed.
second yourself.
I second it. Yes, I can. So,
Okay,
yeah,
all
doesn't
right.
matter. Okay, need a secretary. Nominate Dawn for secretary.
I second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I,
Opposed, say nay. All right, I'll read this. This is financial report from the trustee dated January 2nd, 2026. There were no investments for the period of January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025. There was no interest or dividend income for the period of January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025. Yeah, Larry, we did earn interest on our,
Not on investments.
huh?
Not
No,
on investments.
No, not on
It's just on the
investments.
checking.
No, it's just income.
Yeah, that just pertains to investments.
Okay, so yeah, the first line, there's no investments. So the second line's saying there were no investments or dividends on investments. Right, got it. Okay, so basically, well, you've been through this, yeah, can't remember if you. Yeah, we had no investments, so we had nothing. Okay, everybody understands that. So we have a motion to
I'll make a
Approve
motion to end, or, approve that, and do I have to do?
I
need
looked
to
at
approve
last
that?
year's, all three of you guys signed it last year. And then we upload that as part of our annual reports to Gateway.
On this same form is what you're
I
using?
looked what we had up there from last year and it was that letter signed and all three of you just signed on it too. And then that got scanned and put up there. Matt met with the audit stuff, so,
you say sign this sheet.
yeah, just the three of you signed it.
Yes.
Just underneath
And
Larry's
then I'm
name.
gonna need a copy of that too.
So here, I got extra copies in case you want it. And then you can keep a signed copy if you want.
What motion did you make?
Oh, to approve this, I
To-
guess.
Yeah, just trying to think of the terminology.
Sorry.
Looked at it from last year, what we said.
Set, mine doesn't-
Accept as proposed. Submitted.
I guess
Yeah,
accept
what we're
this.
doing is making a motion to accept the financial report. This is the financial report. So you made a motion to accept the financial
Yeah.
report. You second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. There you go. Oh, well, that's her copy.
And then
so
I
she
need
can sign
Larry to
that.
sign it.
You want Larry's signature?
Yeah.
Okay, just pass it on.
Oh, it's a copy anyway.
One for you to sign and, yep, you're gonna sign, pass one back. The one that doesn't have dots.
That was my signature.
Well, this is your signature, and we're keeping this one, I guess.
Then do I need to make a motion to adjourn the
Well, we'll
finance
do that
meeting?
second.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, that concludes the finance meeting. Do you have a motion to adjourn the finance meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the finance meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Organizational meeting. It's called to order. Roll call. We're all here. First thing we need to do is elect the officers, the board member officers for 2026. So do you have a motion for chairman of the board for 2026?
I'll do you, or nominate you.
I'll second
For
that.
the
All in
record,
favor,
can you
say
tell
aye.
us who you is?
To what?
For the record, can you tell us who you is?
Nelson.
Thank you.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Do you have a motion to elect secretary for 2026?
Yeah, I'd like to nominate, Don. Make a
I'll second
to
that
nominate
motion.
Don As a secretary.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion's passed 3-0. Okay. Adoption of the December 17th, 2025 meeting minutes. I read them. They look good to me, Dawn. Matthew, did you get a chance to look them over?
Yeah, they did look good.
Okay, and you wrote them?
I wrote him.
So
I'll
do you have a
say,
motion to accept the meeting minutes from December 17th, 2025?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. The motion passed 3-0. We need to set the 2026 board meeting dates. And I kind of went through what we did in 2025. There are certain dates that have to be met in a certain time range throughout the year. And that's mainly what I've got here. And then trustee may want to, if he knows of extra meetings now, we can add those. If not, he can add them throughout the year. The first one is today, and we've met that obligation. The next one is we're required to do a review of the AFR, and last year we did that early in February. So looking at the calendar to keep in line with that same time frame, which I think is a legal requirement. I just came up with February the 11th. You can look at your calendars and see if,
What day of the week is that?
pardon me,
What day of the week is that?
it's Wednesday. Maybe we should say that. We've got our meeting set as much as we can adhere to it for Wednesdays. It's the middle of the week, so if somebody's taking a long weekend or something that doesn't interfere with that, is that okay with board members to keep the Wednesday
Yeah.
date?
I
That
don't-
week?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, still works
Tuesdays,
for me and
Wednesdays,
still works at
whatever.
7 o'clock
Yeah,
for our intended
Mhm.
meeting time.
yeah. 7 on Wednesdays. So the dates I picked are Wednesday dates.
Okay.
Calendar. I mean, this one's kind of close. We need to get it right. The rest of them are out a little bit. You know, if we have to change them, we can later, but it would like to get them as accurate as possible.
We have paid all the 2025 invoices.
Do what?
We have paid all the 2025 invoices. And so I actually have a preliminary annual report here tonight. I mean, I don't expect to make any more payments or deposits.
2025.
So, and I've already started some of the uploading stuff for Gateway. This is the Township Assistance Report. So I think February 11th would be an okay time. That's in what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? For me to get the rest of the stuff done.
Yes,
Well, we have to advertise it in the paper before, right? Do we? Yeah.
For
In the
some
past-
reason, why did I think that we didn't have to do that anymore? Although we
You do have to post it 2
Did
days ahead of
think-
time.
Do what?
You have to do that, still have to post
Oh,
it 48 hours.
we advertised after the fact that you guys approved it or disapproved it and with the funds information. The advertising comes after.
48 hours for public meeting?
Yes.
Yeah, saying we need to post
Yeah, well,
public.
just as an aside, we got the request from
the newspaper.
the newspaper that they do want notification. We did last year, when we had our meeting dates, we sent them in. This meeting date did not get sent in because I forgot because of the holidays, so it was not advertised in the paper. But
But he's here.
It's
Yes.
February
But
11th.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes, that was.
Okay, we'll go with that. The next meeting is, moves all the way up to, in the September timeframe, and I penciled in 9:30. And during that meeting, we will disapprove the capital improvement plan. We'll have the capital improvement plan hearing followed, and last year we did in 2025, we followed that with the capital improvement plan acceptance. Larry, is that
Same
still
It's fun.
good to you? Okay, and during that meeting, we also have the budget hearing. So, the first two go pretty quickly. It's just a form we review and we'll give them in advance and get through that, the budget hearing.
Sure. The budget hearing, is that where we review it first?
We just.
No,
this,
it gives the audience the opportunity to speak to the board and give us their concerns about it. And we take that input in
And then we meet the next time.
next
and make our
time,
decision.
very shortly after,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, thank
So
you.
that's 9:30. You can look at your calendars and see if that's,
I think this year, in 2025, September 30th was a deadline to have your capital improvement plans submitted. Which it can still be signed that day and submitted. There was not a separate hearing, public hearing, and then like a later approval. It was all done in one night. But I think the September 30th is a deadline for capital improvement, unless that changed. Do you remember? It was.
I thought it was October, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, it was September 30th. It was right before the budget was process started. We did ours at the budget hearing. Same time, I'm pretty sure.
September 30th, good to do those three.
Yeah,
Good.
we have to change it.
Yeah, we can change it if we have to. And that's followed, and there's a time frame where we have to after that, we have to do the budget adoption. I penciled that in as October the 7th.
That's only a week. Do you, that have time?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it would be a
that's
week.
kind of close. I think I first picked October the 8th. Or no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. October 14th. That's what I penciled. I don't know why I left that 7th. But I couldn't remember. Larry, what's the time frame after the hearing? How much time? Is it 2 weeks we've got to do the adoption?
I think it's like 10 days or
10?
10 days or 2
Yeah,
weeks.
10.
It's one or the other.
Yeah, I think that's why I did. It's 10 days puts us.
We just need time because we have to have it adopted and submitted to the DLGF by the 31st of October, sometime in the end of October.
That gives us plenty of time. Do you want to do the 7th or the 14th?
Well, the 14th is over 10 days.
Oh, we have to do it within 10 days?
I don't think that's.
No, it has to be. you have to have
It
at
is
least
10 days. It's
You have to have
exact.
at least 10 days in between.
It's weekdays, right? Business days? Yeah,
No.
it's 10 business days. So as
So,
long as we can stick to that 14th, we'll be okay.
all right, let's do the 14th.
That'll be 10 days, 14. Let's go for that temporarily, or hopefully that'll be the date. And then, getting close to the end of the year, and we try to stay away from the holidays, we need to do the salary resolution for 2027 and the benefits resolution for 2027. And I just penciled in 12/9. That tentatively looks good.
Tentatively,
And
looks
we
good
knock
for
those
me.
two things out. That's all I got. Larry, do you have any other dates throughout 2026 that you know
None
you're
that I
gonna
know of,
need?
no.
we need it, we'll add a meeting. All right, we'll go with those dates and temporary, at least for now.
So that's 4 dates.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
not included today. Yeah,
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, yeah.
Okay.
December 9th.
So, old business, I have nothing. Down to board discussion regarding board meeting rules. We've got board meeting rules that we established back in
23.
3 or 4, and they probably need to be looked at. And so you guys can share your opinion on this. I think we take Dawn's ideas, my ideas, Matthew's, and discuss them as a board. The way I feel about it, if 2 board members agree on one particular change, then we'll incorporate that in using the, okay.
Okay, we're back, sorry.
Okay, I'll kind of start this. I just now read Matthew's, and I like what he did, so I think, a lot of this should be incorporated. Dawn, you want to talk about what you would like to see changed?
I do want it to go back to the board and the trustee.
Board and trustee what?
That are included in the meeting.
What do you mean?
I can read it. It's second paragraph. Whereas the board conducts township business together with the trustee during its regularly scheduled and if necessary, special meetings of all which are open to the public.
So can I see, or do I have a copy?
That was the new one. I don't know if you have the old one or not. That was
Right.
what
Okay.
I,
The original says, whereas the board conducts township business together with the trustee and the clerk of the township during its regularly scheduled meetings and if necessary, special meetings, all which are, so what she's doing is limiting the rules, or limiting the discussions and passing of what the work we do up here to board members and the trustee.
Meaning,
Meaning we don't have the clerk involved in the decision-making, comments and negotiations and things like that.
okay, so do I have a copy of your proposed?
no,
Okay.
I mean, you can look at these. I mean, this is, I put 2
I'll
of them
need to
together.
My work
make a
here is done.
decision and understand what's being proposed.
And I read yours, so I'll go ahead and read mine, even though we're not voting on this, so, the audience doesn't comment on it, but it's, what I said was rules of debate. That's, item B. Originally it said citizens may express their thoughts concerning items on the agenda. This should be accomplished in a reasonable amount of time, not exceeding 5 minutes. The chairperson may at his or her discretion extend the amount of time to 5 minutes. And I said, citizens may express their thoughts concerning items on the agenda being considered by the legislative body. This should be accomplished in a reasonable amount of time, not exceeding 3 minutes. I made it 3 minutes because the board had already made an earlier rule. We didn't write it up into here, but I looked back and we agreed on a 3-minute time limit. We were having a lot of speakers and so forth and so on. So I don't care, 3, 5. I put 3 because that's what we had agreed on.
Right.
The chairperson may at his or her discretion extend the amount of time another 3 minutes. After hearing citizens' thought, the board will debate and vote on the agenda item being addressed with no discussion or input from anyone other than board members and the trustee. And the reason I'm saying this is because so many meetings got out of control. There were instances where we were having our board debate, getting ready to vote on something, and someone else, is chiming in and saying they want this, they want that. And the way I feel about that is, I think I agree, I have to agree with Dawn. The people at this table should be the board and the trustee were elected to these positions. And I don't think the voters were serving the voters well if we then let unelected people just, into these conversations and negotiations. That's not what the voters intended. I know you guys were caucused in, but people voting, and maybe they talk to board members and they expect them, they buy into them and expect them to go in and enter into the negotiations, and not expecting the board to open that up to anybody else, the clerk, or anyone else, in the audience, to be able to enter into discussions about what we're voting on. It should be, after we've heard from the citizens and taxpayers, then it should be a board discussion and vote. That's the way I feel about it. I don't know if you feel differently.
No, I think that whether it's anybody from the audience, the clerk, it's a matter of having the floor, and whoever has the floor is who's speaking. And it's a matter of just keeping order.
Mhm.
So it wouldn't matter as far as going back to, it's the clerk or anybody, it's like if you have the floor, you have the floor.
Mhm.
And there's a time for us to have discussion. There's a time for the
Exactly.
public to have discussion.
Exactly.
That's why my suggestion kind of goes along with what you're saying on time limits and such, is that in the current rules, we only have rules of debate, implying that the entire, whether it's public talking or me or anybody, it's a whole debate. Well, I propose to have two separate sections where it's,
Excuse me.
yes, sir.
Actually, it's not a debate with the audience. They speak to the board. We don't debate with them. We don't have the back and forth.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's why I thought that we should take the public speaking portion and put it into a public speaking portion and remove the debate aspect only for the board. Because
Yeah,
we would
that's
have,
what we've been doing.
well, I'm saying like right now it's all in one area.
Oh, on here, yeah,
So I was saying
exactly.
B would be rules of debate, and then there's the
Yeah.
kind of board rules.
Yeah.
And then we go into the public, and then it
Right.
talks about timing,
Right.
but it keeps them separate
As long as those get
and helps
separated.
it more for clarity.
I'm
As
happy
far
with
as the
that.
time, it's a matter of, 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I had proposed that it would, it's basically 2 to 5 minutes. And it's a matter of how many people signed up.
Okay.
You have 50 people sign up for an important issue, it may not have the 5 minutes each,
Mhm.
but it's up to 5 minutes. Maybe we do
And
three,
you
but
can call
put a
it
bottom
at that
line.
meeting.
I like that.
Because the thing is that what's not clear in our rules is the bottom line, because sometimes people will want to stand, it's like, it's 5 minutes tonight, it's 2 minutes tonight. I think that it's a bottom number, 2 or 3, up to 5, and then we can extend up to 5.
Okay.
That's the timing I come up with.
I think that's
So
good.
Yeah,
a couple of my
that's fair.
suggestions were, yes, separate the two areas, rules of debate, board rules, basically. And then the second would be for public. When it comes to, if you don't mind me backpedaling to the first suggestion on just the very first part, basically taking the clerk's
Second paragraph. yeah.
position out of there.
Yeah, it was never until
Well, let him speak.
23
Then what were you saying about it?
prior.
What are you saying about the second paragraph?
So this is the suggestion.
Is that the suggestion or the original? Is that
This is my
trustee?
suggestion.
No, this is the original. This is
Original.
the way it's
Okay.
written today. It includes the clerk in this whole process.
Legally, what has to happen by rules is that it's the three of us need to be here, and then I think you have to attend. But it's us voting and such.
Yeah. But we're leaving, what she's doing, what I'm saying is we're leaving it open. The trustee, and Larry's been real good about this, just answer our questions and things, and we need him for that.
Mhm.
He's supposed to know what clerk knows. So if we have a question about something we're voting on, then we can ask him and he can respond to us. And that should be, we're all elected officials, and that's the way, I think it should be done personally.
So would we be able to call upon the clerk to ask
Yeah, well-
clarifying questions during a meeting? I guess the same way as, would we be able to ask the chief any questions for clarification during a meeting that's not listed here?
I think, this is just my opinion, that we should ask Larry, and if he can't answer it, then he can get back with us.
I'm just, I'm trying to me, it's a matter of just holding the floor and just having order.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me if it's the
My
clerk,
only
the chief, or
concern with
anybody.
doing that is once we.
So we're writing out the clerk, and I'm trying to find out why, and I don't.
Well, the clerk was never a part of the meeting before that rule came about.
Mhm.
In any previous meetings, that was never, am I wrong? In previous meetings, the clerk was never a part of the discussion.
This is the part where we're starting to ask somebody else other than the trustee for clarification. That's not the trustee.
Well,
Like,
no,
this is our rule of
I'm
order.
just asking Trudy because she's been here for years
Well,
and years.
So the clerk
But
works here
I've
every
been
month.
I've been coming here
You know what I
for
mean?
like 5 years.
Yes.
And the clerk was never a part of a meeting and active discussion.
My only concern about,
It's not a
my
legal
only
thing to
concern
happen.
about giving someone else the floor on that is you're opening up a can of worms that, it can get out of hand if we keep it to our debate and it, we should hopefully get most of our questions answered before, if we get information in advance, we have questions about it, we can email the trustee individually. We can't talk as a group, the board, but we get our questions answered. And if we come in here and something we didn't expect comes up, then I would hope that, trustee can answer it. If it's not a real urgent, if we get in an emergency situation, we're probably gonna have to make an exception and a one-time thing and maybe, but I
If you can
don't.
turn the floor over as needed, but when would we need that? And if I'm understanding correctly,
Yeah,
we should have enough information going in that we should have 100
yeah,
questions.
that's gonna be my goal.
Okay.
And, we come in here prepared, and know what we're debating and voting on, understanding it, so, you can kind of look at our dates and what we're gonna be talking about now. The AFR is a pretty complex document, and so you'll get that in advance and you need to really go through it and, figure out if you have any questions ahead of time, because some of those questions is, the board meeting is not a good place to hash through a lot of this stuff. It's pretty involved, could be very lengthy, and we used to have meetings like that. It just went on and on and on.
Well, I went back and backpedaled to that because I wanted to go through that step, get an understanding, and then we can talk about times in the public portion. It's not like the clerk is required to be a part of it.
No.
If we want to specifically write that out, we just wanted to hear some rationale or
I'm
why.
for it, yeah.
But, I feel like you can turn the board over or floor it over to whoever, whenever, but that's gonna be as specific as needed. But specifically who you're trying to mention, so he needs to be here anyway, so I don't see any problem with that.
Okay,
So, wasn't trying to stretch that out too much, but I really wanted a full understanding of what was happening.
yeah,
So I'm okay to move on in the conversation, past that,
yeah.
back to where we
Sounds like
kind of
we're
were.
all on agreement on most.
Yeah, I
things.
just really wanted to gain I appreciate that.
Have you done all this? Do you want to take both of our ideas and maybe incorporate that and then send us out a copy? Let us review it.
I don't care. I thought you wanted to do it, but I'm fine
Thought I
doing that
wanted
if
to
you
pass
want.
this tonight.
No, I
No.
thought you wanted to put it together,
Oh, I don't mind, yeah, I can do it.
but
Doesn't matter.
I don't care either one.
I can do it. I didn't want to do it. I was just saying, I would do it. It
Well,
wasn't.
I can. I had done this, but I just want to make sure I'm doing it right for what you
Well, I
want.
don't think you'll get it exactly right the first time. I think you'll try to incorporate,
Well,
I think my ideas are already incorporated into Matthew's, and so as long as that ends up.
Let me ask,
That's statement.
do you mind if I ask, are we seemingly on board with having two separate sections, one for board rules, one for public?
right.
Is
I'm,
that in general, just to separate those
Yeah.
for clarity and transparency? The draft I have, already does that.
Okay.
So I think that could be used as a model.
Okay.
How about the
You wanna
time
Put
limit?
these ideas together then?
You have the email with my ideas, as long as the draft is good enough to go. How about the timing, if you don't mind me asking, as far as that 2 or 3 minute bottom line? You get at least this amount of time up to this?
So you're saying range of 2 to 5 minutes?
Yeah.
That's fine.
yeah, because, well,
And
I
then,
have
but based
that.
specifically on not attendance, because we don't know how many people showing, but
Right.
based specifically upon how many people sign up.
Okay,
And it's a chair's call on whether we go the full 5.
okay. Yeah, we can do that math.
And then when we do the extension of, do we want to extend, say, up to another 5 minutes?
Yeah, that would work,
Because you can say three, you can say
it's based
two.
on the
Not
numbers.
to, when you've got not to exceed, so we could call it at that meeting, at this one, because there's so many, we're gonna limit it to this. If there's not, then he can go to 5 minutes if that's what he wants to do.
Well, I think if we say it's gonna be looking at the number of speakers we have, and it's gonna be a 3 minute, then the extension should be
So-
3 minutes. That's just the way I look at it.
If I cross that part out, that's what you were kind of talking about, plus I went down and did the other things that you said on the second page.
Okay.
So if we're in agreement, I'm still good on that.
I see the Madison Township that needs to be there, because I didn't see any mention of that before.
Yeah.
So, it's supposed to be that way anyways, but we're, explicitly mentioning that. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I
A lot
think
of
we'll
that's
get an
exactly the
improved,
same.
we'll get an improved document, and then we'll look at it again, see how it looks.
Yeah, I mean, and we can still pencil changes in after.
I don't know if it was stated before in the older one, but there's something specific here to, that it must be concerning items on the agenda being considered by the legislative body.
Oh,
I think that's important to include.
okay, and the public speaking thing,
Yeah,
can I see that?
basically that first line is pretty important to me.
I think it's the way the Indiana Code talks about that. It says items being considered by the board.
Yeah,
If it's not something that before us, that's on our agenda, that we're voting on that night, then we just don't want things to get out with unrelated to what our order of business is for that meeting. Now, there's a good to order section, at the end where everybody that signed up gets the opportunity to just speak to the board about, might be something.
about that.
Yeah.
I believe that good to order and board comments are the same. That good to order is actually a board conversation. I think it would be best, in my opinion, to put public comment
Okay,
and just make good to order or board conversation, one or the other. But looking into the board, good to order is really more for our discussion.
okay.
So I think just converging those,
That was just handed down to me, and that's what I
combining
used.
those and actually call it public comment
Okay, I like that.
for future meetings.
Yeah. We'll do that.
But
Yeah.
to your point, I agree. We have a place where we're going to discuss after the public comment at the end of the meeting.
And we'll keep it also, just to be clear, we don't have anything we're approving tonight, but when we do have resolutions, things we're gonna vote on, I always follow that with giving every person that signed up the opportunity to speak to the board. So we hear their comments, concerns, and that can enter into our decision making.
I appreciate
And
that.
everything we vote on
To that,
needs to be written in.
anybody, even the clerk, would have an opportunity to
Yes.
say
Oh,
something at that
absolutely.
point.
If she's a Madison Township resident, property owner, taxpayer, yeah.
So, if there's anything that needs to be said by anybody,
Sure.
clerk included, there is a time for
Yeah.
that.
Then the only thing I added to, I think, was this portion about the electronic broadcast, the codes, and Tina had sent us something stating about the open door law, so I included that in this.
I think that some of this is that, and also a few other points that we're making is already documented elsewhere, but
Right.
doesn't hurt to have it into our, just like, right there, explicit rules that we're looking at.
So,
It doesn't hurt to include it, and it doesn't adjust it.
no, doesn't change anything, but,
Okay. I think we got enough to get a first draft.
yep. I can take this back and make the changes and see what you think, and if we need to adjust them again, we will.
Exactly.
And then, sounds like we're gonna have resolution to make some of the
Yeah,
adjustments in the
February,
future.
right.
Okay.
All right. Board review of orders and payments. Don't have anything for that. Reports. Trustee, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Yes. First off, the board and the fire chief and the assistant chief have this copy of internal control policies. This is a training manual. In the past, the board has not been given sufficient time to review this policy. So what I've done is made a copy for each of you so that you can review it. It's in 3 sections. On your last page, you'll find where it asks for how much time you spend on each section. And then you need your signature there. What I would like to happen is for each one of you, including you guys, to review this, and then by our next meeting, have it signed off and ready to go. This has to be done for the state. It's a state requirement. But I wanted to make sure you guys understand it. In the past, what's happened is somebody stood up and said, okay, you need to sign this. Well, that's not fair. You need to understand what's in here because it's pretty detailed. So I would like you to do that for the township. The other thing that I handed out to you is a nepotism, what the state says about nepotism. And what I would like you to do is look up those IC codes, and we will draft probably a new nepotism policy if ours is not sufficient. That needs to be done annually as well. So we'll get those 2 things out of our way. I'd like all the firemen who are here, if you'd come on up here for me, please. You guys too. This will be a year that we will be coming to the board and asking for additional appropriations. This is an air pack. Now granted, this one is not being used, but this is pretty much indicative of the equipment that we have. You can see that the straps are, and this one just, it's in poor shape. They're old. How old are these air packs, Chief?
2012 when they were.
2012, okay? It's now 2026.
Didn't we purchase some though,
We
not too long
purchased some
ago?
as a,
Band-Aid.
yeah, Band-Aid for lack of a better term.
How many were there? That you
20,
purchased used?
22, I believe, were the ones that we purchased last year.
So, that's one of the additional appropriations we'll probably be asking for this year is for air packs. We're already getting pricing on them and so forth. One of the other things that we'll be asking for appropriation is on the truck. We've already been looking at trucks. There are some, FDIC is coming up soon, which is the fire department conference in Indianapolis. There will be demos available after that. There are actually even some demos available right now. That's kind of one of the things we're looking at is demos so that we can cut our cost on of the unit. Anytime you buy a unit, you will have to add a certain amount of equipment for your particular fire department. But for our particular use, we would not have to add much equipment. And also in the past, we've always bought new tools for every rig that we've got. This time around, we'll only be purchasing tools that we absolutely need to have. We're not going to go out and just buy all new tools because we got a new truck or whatever the case may be. That's what's happened in the past. The reason I have these gentlemen up here, and this person, is she back there somewhere? Asia.
She's inside.
Okay, so it's all gentlemen. What I would like you guys to do is just tell these guys what your name is and what your position is in the fire department. We'll start with you.
Jason Kemper, Assistant Chief.
Joe Sinclair, Captain. Ryan Everhart, firefighter EMT. Matt Riddle, Lieutenant. Stevie Hartsock, Fire Chief. Brandon Perry, Public Information Officer. Danny Stanford, firefighter EMT. Damari Davis, firefighter EMT. Jim McKinney, firefighter EMT.
Jim's one of our newest guys. Can you give the mic back to Brandon, please? Brandon, kind of give us an update on our Facebook and our media out there. Give us kind of a rundown on it, if you will.
Absolutely. So we're getting reach across the nation, actually across the world. We have a Facebook page, an Instagram, LinkedIn, a TikTok now. Our fire department has reached links as far as India, Saudi Arabia, Russia, China, Afghanistan, and all parts of the United States in the past 6 months. It's been pretty incredible. We've had comments and overall just people reaching out on all aspects, wanting to engage with us in every aspect we can.
Even had some applications from out of country.
We did have some applications for our fire officer program from various different countries. I don't know those off the top of my head specifically, but I know they were from all over.
This is something we couldn't have said a year ago. A year ago, we were the stepchild down at Kmart. That's what we were. And we're no longer that stepchild. Asia, where you at? This is the little fire plug. Tell us your name and what your position is.
I'm Asia. I'm a firefighter, soon to be AEMT.
Most of these guys are pretty young, other than a couple of us. A lot of them don't have a lot of firefighting experience, so we spend a lot of time in training. You guys train just about every day, right? On something different. If it's not EMS, it's something to do with fire. I thought you guys should see the faces of people that are serving this community. When you have a car wreck, these are the guys that are going to show up. When you need an ambulance, we don't have any paramedics here right now. But
Troy's cleaning.
Troy's cleaning. We do have a paramedic here. He's just not in the training room. And Troy has a lot of experience. Troy spent some time in the county and so forth. If I were looking for a paramedic to come to my house, it would be one of our 3 full-time paramedics, quite honestly. Our EMS service runs 24/7. We always try to maintain ALS service, and we're pretty good at it. Our attrition rate currently is extremely low. That's the way we would like to keep it. These guys could probably go somewhere and make a lot more money. Wouldn't you say? Yeah, but you know what? They kind of like it here. It's because we're taking care of them. And just like this equipment. This equipment's old. This equipment needs to be replaced. We have a truck that needs to be replaced. We're taking care of them. Now, they may not make the most money, but you know what? Money isn't everything. It sure helps, and you should be within reason. But we need to give them the other stuff that they need to work with as well. And so I just wanted you to see the faces of the people that are serving you and serving our community. I can't have the community here, but I can have these guys here. So any decisions we make, these are the people they affect. And I just wanted to see them. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Now, didn't we have these on our capital improvement plan?
They are on the capital improvement plan, but we will be coming to you with an additional appropriation with an amount, with the specifics of it. The capital improvement plan is kind of a generic number, if you will, where anytime we bring additional appropriation to you, it'll be a specific number. It won't be a,
No, I was just thinking we had that on there.
they are on there. But I just
didn't
wanted you to see
remember.
what kind of condition some of them are in.
Yeah.
It's, I think visuals are a great thing. I think that it gives us a chance to see what's really going on. The firefighters have been cleaning and painting inside the fire station. If you have a chance to walk through Station 32 here, I'd advise you to do so. You can see the difference in the hallways, in the day room, everything that's going on. And those are the guys that are doing it. We could have hired a contractor to come in and paint and put carpet down and whatever, but those are the guys that are doing it. They're the ones who are making the difference.
Yeah, I saw a carpet layer.
Yeah, in his former life, he was a carpet layer, yes.
The
So,
pictures will actually post tomorrow. That's already been planned. Before and afters.
Oh, all the updates.
yeah, generally Brandon tries to get a post on the website or
You're on
somewhere
it.
every day.
I see him all the time. It's like,
Any other questions? Because I think that's about all I need to report, other than we are indeed debt free. We signed that check. We're going into the new year with no debt, and first time in 28 years.
good. Questions?
Stevie, you have anything?
Yeah, I've got, you want me to stand up here? I'll be real quick. So can I start off with a real quick question?
No.
No, okay.
Yes.
So during my reports, am I gonna be able to ask you guys questions and things like that going forward with the new rules? Or do I need to email you guys? Well, with what you guys are saying, I wanted to make sure that I have clarification because I don't want to speak out of bounds. So if during my report, if I can still ask questions, that'd be fine.
I know the answers.
Um,
So he's asking, can he ask questions during his report?
yeah, if I
to the
have, if
board?
I have any questions, okay. You guys have that year report, just go over those. We're gonna have it posted on the, Facebook page and the website next week sometime. Speaking of the website, all the record requests now, it gets posted on the township too.
I haven't been given anything.
Okay. I thought you had, I apologize. So all the records requests, you can go to the website now and, hit the records request icon and it'll.
I could probably take a link off of there and put it on.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you were giving that link. If not, I'll see if I can give it to you.
Okay.
But yeah, all records requests can go through there now, and as soon as it does, it'll go to him. I think I still get a notification of it as well. That way we keep track of it. That way everything is answered quickly, correctly within, the time frame that's supposed to. ESO, I know that there's a little bit of a talk about it with, the last meeting. We've spent the past 2-3 days, 2 days, trying to balance out everything with all the new changes that are coming. And with ESO, I worked with him yesterday. I spent another hour on the phone with him. He is trying to get it to where I think it's 3.962, I think roughly is the number, where it's 4 or 5 digits. He's trying on the back end to see if that can be at least, accounted for or accrued, every 2 weeks.
Okay.
He hasn't gotten back with me yet, because typically we do, if it's 7.5, we do 7.5, and if it's 6, it's just 6. So
Right.
that's the different change. We've been working on payroll, which has obviously been difficult with the new changes. And then obviously last year, we had payroll 26 from last year, which has part of 2025 and 2026 on there as well. So that's been a little bit of a learning curve as well, again, since we did change. And then obviously I didn't set it up last year, the former fire chief did, so this is my first year learning it, and then obviously there's been a lot of big changes. Which some of the guys are worried about, obviously, which I'm sure you guys can understand that, but we have a meeting, I think it's the 12th. Let me double check that, I don't want to tell you guys wrong. I have a meeting with the full-time personnel, and it is on the 12th, yes, to go over how the pay and benefits work for the rest of this year. Let's see here. I think that's really it. Do you guys have anything for me right now?
What's on your agenda for January 9th?
Oh, on the 9th, we have on back in December, we got passed through the Mobile Integrated Health Committee to do our community paramedicine stuff for this year. January 9th, it goes from the Mobile Integrated Health Committee to the EMS Commission now. On January 9th, we have the EMS Commission meeting. Since it got passed through with the MIH Committee, I don't see us having any issues. So shortly after that, we'll finish building out that program and start advertising it.
January 8th.
Oh, actually, I'm glad you brought that up. I've already filed for one grant. That is something I meant to write down. I filed for a VFA grant for equipment. It's through the Volunteer Firefighters Assistance, but we also do qualify for it with our size and population to help get some extra tools. Any extra funding right now is going to obviously go a long way. January 8th, the application period opens up for firehouse subs. So I'll be applying for that, and I'm going to apply for every grant that I can possibly get this year. So haven't heard anything back from the first one, but normally it's grant, so it's going to take a while. I think it's typically anywhere from a minimum 6-month turnaround before you even receive funds, but it's a long time before you hear anything back. Next steps of it, any succession with it, things like that. So I'll keep you guys informed the process with that and any grants that I apply for this year. But we've already got one in the books. We're about to have a second one, and we're only, a week into this year, so.
Okay, where are we on your,
February 11th, is that the set date?
Next meeting date.
I
no,
don't know if I will have them finished by the 11th, but I will have them done in February. So if I don't have them done by February 11th, do you guys want, because I know you want a copy, do you want me just to email you the copy and we can discuss them at another meeting, or what do you guys want to do about that? Because I know, I told you guys I'd give you a copy, so I
yes,
don't
you did, at this meeting, or January.
No, I said February. I promise, I've been saying February for,
You can go back and look at the meeting.
I will, because I said I've been saying
You
February
do
for,
that.
for months, but, anyways, I don't think I'll have it done by the 11th. I can try, but I don't want to tell you for sure that I will and not.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I'll give us a chance to look over. You know, this gap between February and September is way too long without a board meeting. Obviously, we'll have other board meetings, and so,
Anything else?
thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay, next meeting date's February 11th. Public comment. I forgot to ask that these be signed, so anybody didn't sign will still have the opportunity to speak. Eric?
First of all, I appreciate the time to speak to you. One thing I want to comment on, I want to try to get corrected here. Last meeting, you spent almost 30 minutes talking about a topic, and it's nowhere in these minutes. I think your minutes need to be amended in the last meeting and include a big portion of the meeting so that that topic is not swept under the rug. Mr. Hoggett, I am very, I credit you for finding a mistake and the cost of taxpayers. We're still trying to figure out whether it's between 55,000 or 85,000 mistake that the trustee has made and cost the taxpayers. And we don't want that swept under the rug. And I know you've put a lot of work into it, trying to figure out what happened, how it happened. I know last meeting when we were looking at salary and benefits, we were rushed into that a little bit because the fire chief was handed a salary resolution 10 minutes prior to the meeting and said, here, never got a chance to review it. I know you folks got the benefit package just before the meeting. You really didn't have a chance to look at it. When we use this 2756 divisor, you can look at it. So I'm going to give you a copy of it so you can kind of follow along because you're going to probably cut me off before I get finished. It has a whole lot of other implications when you change that. First of all parties have to agree to it before you change pay factors. That it doesn't just change pay rates, it changes overtime rates. It changes how people live. So one day I'm making this amount of money and Larry walks into the office and says, I'm going to change the way I calculate it. Now this guy's making $3,300 less a year. That's what that amounts to. So he makes a guy that's working here for the last 3 years making $3,300 more. He changes that this year, nonchalant, walks in, changes his mind, doesn't consult you, doesn't consult the fire chief, doesn't consult the union. Now these full-time firefighters are making $3,300 less than they're used to. They never had input on it. Then the board comes in and they take another $1,800 out of their pocket with their perf contribution. Guys, that perf money has been budgeted and approved in your budget that you budget. You've got $130,000 in there budgeted for that perf contribution. Why are we taking that out of their pocket? Put that back in your firefighter's pocket. You're already cutting their pay. You're taking $2,700 away from them in their sick time benefit. These guys are going to walk away with less money this year than what they made last year. When we don't take the time, the trustee said it himself, you've said it tonight, we need more time to review things before we make decisions. And when you look at these numbers, this is a simple example of why this place is so screwed up, and it's been screwed up for years. Because people don't take time to look at things before we make decisions. And if you look at what I've given you, this is just how this works. 2025 salary was 58,765. If you look at how that divisor works, it gives you 156 hours automatic extra. When you switch that, every firefighter loses that extra 156 hours. That amounts to $3,120. They lose that immediately. You look down here, and I'm not going to spend the time to go through all this, but at the end of the day, these guys are losing $5,500 in pay.
Yeah, Eric, I'd like to say something. Your time, but we don't enter into a negotiation with you on this, but
I'm clear.
you are
I'm clear.
wrong.
Your fire chief's not doing it.
Listen, you're wrong on so many of the things you're talking about
Okay.
here. You don't understand them.
Okay.
And so I will be glad to meet with you and show you what the board approved and how it should have been done
Okay.
and how it was implemented. Okay, which was implemented incorrectly in 2023.
No, I agree with you. It's
Yeah,
implemented
so
correctly.
if you would like, I'll meet with you.
No, I'm in agreement with you.
Okay,
I'm in agreement with you that for the last 3 years, the trustee has made the mistake of calculating the payroll incorrectly. I agree with you.
It was not the trustee.
The trustee's in charge of payroll, is that correct?
No, the clerk was in charge of payroll.
no, we're not getting into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you. The trustee has a responsibility.
Trustee has a responsibility.
And so,
Right.
he has responsibility.
She works for the trustee.
So, yeah, it was done poorly.
Yeah.
And I just want to say one thing. I am not against, doing as much as we could reasonably do for the firefighters. It's just that I want it done right as we go along.
I do
If
too.
you want that, give it to them, do it the right way and the board will probably approve it anyway. It's just when things aren't done right, you have an obligation, legal obligation, and we've signed forms and things.
Well, folks, a lot of this,
Has to be corrected.
people don't understand fire service. Don, you made a comment at the last meeting that the normal sick time for the workforce is 8 to 10 days.
No,
Right.
that's not what I said.
What did you say? I think I have it.
I'm not gonna go back and forth with
Okay,
you.
everybody
Yeah.
sees it. Everybody's seen the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You let me know if you want to meet with me and we
Let me know.
will hash these out.
We can meet tomorrow.
Uh,
We just want to
tomorrow.
point out to the taxpayers watching
Pardon me?
what you're doing to your full-time staff. Your trustee did the dog and pony show earlier, bringing the firefighters up, showing you how great he's doing. That gentleman right there is leaving because you're cutting his benefits.
Mhm.
And he's the first of many.
Yeah.
It's not
They
great.
didn't get
like it's
benefits
presented.
cut. And I'll just tell you, as far as you're up here talking about cutting their retirement, we can't even do that. It's not possible.
You just did. You took it out of their pocket.
Don't argue.
No, you're wrong. Like I said, I'm not going to negotiate that with you here, but
Folks,
I will meet with you tomorrow.
look at your benefit. Look at
Are we-
mine.
Eric,
We're done.
we're not,
It's a public document.
folks,
Go pull it. Right
We're
here.
done.
You're doing it
You're
right
done.
here. Chief, is
Yeah.
that correct?
Stop.
do you want to meet with me tomorrow?
What are they doing with the 3%?
Eric, do you want to meet with me tomorrow?
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean,
Huh?
Sure.
they're,
What
Are
time?
they cutting it, chief?
they're paying, the employees are paying it back, yes.
Yes.
That was an agreement we had from 3 years ago. I'm sorry, Eric.
No, that's.
Employee
We did that
contribution.
last meeting.
No.
I'll
Listen
read
to-
over your stuff
Listen to me, Eric.
and meet with you.
Number one, you're not the fire chief, you're not the trustee. And two, we
Yeah, I'm
had,
trying to-
let me finish. We had an agreement.
INPRS does not allow you to lower that salary. And I'll just tell you another thing, the longevity, when Jeff Wilson was in there, he used his longevity. INPRS told me that that's illegal, that he used his longevity of 20 years. He was supposed to use that of a firefighter.
Let your fire chief
He was
answer.
an
You're
EMT.
incorrect.
All right.
That's, he
Paramedic.
wasn't career here.
Do what?
He wasn't career here, so he can't.
You don't understand how this works, guys.
And not,
Okay,
not his.
I'm gonna
understand
stop
what
for a second
INPRS
because
told me.
Larry was talking and you interrupted him.
It doesn't matter because he's not gonna listen, so I'm.
Okay,
I'm-
listen,
Okay.
I will meet with
No, you don't
you.
want to hear the truth.
I'll
Okay.
meet with
Yes,
you.
please,
What time?
please. Anytime,
We're at library.
wherever.
Well, I don't care where, you can cut my ass.
I'll meet you here if I don't get the sheriff called on me.
Can I make a motion to adjourn the meeting? You
Just
guys
say-
can do
well,
this afterwards.
I think that, I should do this as chairman. I'll meet with you at, trying to think, let me look, see if I got, my wife's just had surgery. I wanna make sure I don't have to take her to
Yeah, I think we
doctor.
need to make this right for full-time firefighters and our taxpayers.
Let's see now.
You have no full-time firefighters from prior to this administration left. They're gone.
Well, like I said, I've offered to meet with you. I've
Sure.
offered to read your information and
Tell me what time.
oh, that's what I'm looking at. Gotta run this back, because I had this up for the meeting dates. Just give me a second. Yeah, I'm open for tomorrow. I'll need time to read this. I'll look at it tonight, but, I don't know, say 11 o'clock down at the library, see if they'll give us a room and
Sure.
go, sound good?
Sure.
All right.
Chief, trustee, you're welcome to attend. I knew you would.
No, because I know what you'll say.
All right. Board comment,
I have none.
Matthew?
No, maybe we could consider getting 2 more microphones. I know it's a way different area, but one for this table. And then if we had one here, we could share it that way.
I don't
We'll have
care
to
that
change the
much.
system because that system will only accommodate 3.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
Okay,
We can get by with it.
that's all I was having on, yeah,
That's be a good idea, though.
that's all I had.
Yeah. I don't have anything. To have motion to adjourn this meeting.
I make a
I'll
motion
second
to
that. All in favor,
adjourn
say
at
aye.
8:07.
Meeting is adjourned.
No one was opposed, by
No.
the way. We do need to sign
8:08, done.
the meeting minutes. We hadn't signed it fully yet, so I didn't want to interrupt the meeting. I just held on to it.
Sorry.
So I've signed it. There's 2 more signatures needed.
Yeah.
Always appreciate your reports.
Oh, can you
A lot.
shut that
Thank you.
owl off?
Yeah, no problem.
I think this is your suggestion. One thing I do think 3 minutes is enough time, but that's your decision. But I think before somebody starts speaking, a public person, if you could say, okay,